Hello, and welcome back to Shadow of War. I am Jade Star.
I'm Araman PK.
And today, well, we're done with Talion's story, but we're back in time to, just before the point where he falls and becomes a totally legit Nazgul. And we're gonna go check out some of the DLC right over here on this random piece of Nazgul.
Oh.
Hi, Talion. And then, it just kicks me out of the menu and I need to delete my previous DLC run. Whoops. And then remember which difficulty I'm on. Yeah, right. The one that's hard, but, remotely balanced. And then check out all this new Eltariel art that I left in on purpose. Also because I'm lazy.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I failed you. I stood with Celebrimber, I wore his ring. And we failed to defeat the Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord and the Bright Lord are one. A flaming eye above Barad-dûr. But I sent you to Mordor for the Nazgul. And your work is unfinished. Look to Minas Morgul, and the Nazgul who dwells within it. You know the one of whom I speak.
He died. I took the new ring and left him to die.
He now wears the Ring of Isildur. He belongs to the Dark Lord. It falls to you.
My lady, I cannot. Let me come home.
You will wear the new ring. You will finish what you started. Then, you may return home.
It will be done.
So, I don't know a whole lot about the lore, as I keep saying, but, Galadriel's kind of a jerk.
Oh, yeah, well, she is. Yeah.
So, we play as Eltariel, and a whole lot of abilities have changed, / gotten a new elfy twist to them. The big one here is this Blade of Galadriel thing.
Oh, no.
So instead of the stun fist that Talion had, she has kind of like this spotlight, and then once they're fully glowy, you can press E to hit them with a blast of light that completely disintegrates them. Or you can build up the amount of light in them with the individual blasts as well, but it's much, much slower.
Okay.
Also, because she doesn't dominate or drain orcs, she has the ability to press and hold a button to do a little gesture and then begin to regenerate health. Which I actually kind of like, because it means you can disengage for, 10 seconds, even less. And then do that, and you're not dependent upon, having an opening to stealth drain orcs, or combat random requiring might, or whatever. You can heal by yourself. And also they're demonstrating that, trying to hit them with the light bolts is, atrociously ineffective.
Did you hear that?
Also, the orcs have new dialogue, basically acknowledging that Talion is no longer the same boss that he once was. Also, Elven Light, instead of the Wraith Flash or whatever it was previously in forms of elemental flavor, is now light flavored. It's not as good as just straight setting everyone on fire or poisoning everyone. You might very quickly get the idea that there is a light theme going on in this DLC.
Okay.
All of Eltariel's abilities are really going to run that into the ground.
She's much tidier than Talion.
No bodies?
Yeah.
They ran out of grog too early.
Also, she can see the same dead arrows, but
they're light arrows. They're not ghost arrows. They're on loan from oh shit, what's the world in Legend of Zelda called?
Hyrule.
Hyrule, yeah. They're Hyrulean light arrows.
I love the fact that she's got ghost fingers now.
Yeah, they're ring fingers. You're welcome for that one. I do appreciate they also gave her custom execution animations.
Good.
So it feels strange going back to combat against grunts with her after spending a bunch of time at his high-level Talion.
Oh.
Yeah, that's our regen move. Now you watch the health bar fill up.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So she's wearing the new ring.
Yes. And Galadriel's light.
You will find him in the Great Hall.
This feels very familiar.
Also, she can do this.
Yeah, Talion could do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was actually Celebrimbor or the power of Isildur's ring. Well, I guess new ring, yeah.
Whatever.
No, I'm sure this is fine. I'm sure now that, Powermonger Celebrimbor is no longer, attached to the new ring, it's perfectly safe.
Yeah, but Celebrimbor has been, absorbed into Sauron, and now you're wearing his ring?
Well, yeah, it's
That
fine
doesn't
because
seem
now that
like a very good idea.
well, no, it's fine because, like I said, like you said, Celebrimbor is now part of the giant flaming eye, and he's not, tethered to his ring. So now the ring is pure. It has
Is it?
It has no more elf ghost in it. It's been exorcised. Also, here I am trying to make way too much use of the elf light ability, and it is crap in melees.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like it takes too long to use big melee.
It really does.
Yeah, it still doesn't strike me as a good idea, but Galadriel told her to, so whatever.
I mean, Galadriel knows what she's doing, right? She will eventually help Frodo destroy Sauron, right?
Yeah, I mean, not very much, but sure.
Right, like, we could help more, but hey, here's a vial of glowing water, was it?
I mean, to be fair, that did mean that he wasn't killed later on.
Yeah.
Poor Altariel. No one likes getting that kind of work email from your boss.
Go kill your former coworker. Although, especially, like, go kill your former coworker, the one that you thought you left for dead already.
Yeah.
Which does kind of beg the question, is like, why is she, like, protesting? It's like, you really backstabbed the shit out of him once, Altariel. Like, what's the problem with going and finishing him off now?
Well, I don't think she personally disliked Talion enough to, like... I thought that she just thought he was going to die and pass on to the afterlife and be with his family, instead of taking however long, decades / thousands of years out to become a Nazgul. Well, at least you haven't killed any of Talion's captains yet.
Right. Oh, we never got to put, like, captains into Minas Morgul.
Oh, good point.
Otherwise, I'm sure they'd be here, and the DLC would be like, kill your own dudes. Remember this orc you trained up from, like, level 10 in the fight hits?
That would have been brilliant!
Yeah.
I like her fighting style. The animations are nice. They've obviously done complete custom ability.
The only animations I noticed that I think are the same as Talion's are the stealth kills.
Yeah. So how much health does that ability regen? Oh, we're about to cutscene.
He is changed.
He belongs to the Dark Lord.
Your time has come, Nazgul.
You will not kill me again.
But to answer your question, right now, maybe about a third of our health over time. We will be able to improve that. In fact, we'll be able to improve that quite substantially.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember this attack pattern?
You wear Isildur's ring.
And you wear Celebrimbor's.
Does have a good point there, you know?
Yeah.
Those wearing rings of power really shouldn't, like, throw stones at other people wearing rings of power.
You should have died.
Celebrimbor deceived you, as he deceived me.
You know, Talion throwing out a lot of truth in the middle of this fight.
Yeah.
Are we sure he's the baddie? So, also, I don't know what the hell this fight wants from me. It seems like every time I get Talion into a state where I should be able to, like, melee him, he just backflips up and teleports out for the two-hammer teleport attack thing. I'm like, okay, maybe light is the answer. You really want to go heavy in on the light gimmick, but that doesn't even seem to work. And every time, it's just teleport out, throw two hammers, charge back in. It's like a real fun fight where, you know, 90% of the time I'm just dodging hammers.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, actually. He just did it again.
Like, I'm not sure if there's a part of a pattern I'm missing here or something. Or if I am, in fact, just supposed to spam light on him. But it doesn't seem to do a whole lot.
You serve Sauron.
I serve Middle-earth.
Problem with this fight is that you don't kill him, do you? Like, it's like we know that you don't.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, she hasn't successfully killed any of the other Nazgul either, has she?
That's true, yeah.
She's not very good at her job, really, when you think about it.
No.
Yeah, so I just don't know. Just every time it's the goddamn balding.
Yeah, like, that is a very good point. Like, how is she even supposed to kill an Nazgul?
Well, presumably if she gets him into a state weak enough that she can rip Isildur's ring off of him. Maybe that would do the trick. I realized I didn't get my last stand back from outside, and I really don't want to have to do this fight over again because it's super long and annoying with its pattern.
Nice. Well, it's just below half health now. You've been going for some time.
Yeah. I can't quite get the healing thing off when he teleports away. But what if I put this thing between me and him?
Oh yeah, that worked.
The I don't know, the Plantier dais. So you can see our health ticking. Got us about a third of our health, maybe.
Oh.
Whatever. At least I'm not in critical.
Doesn't actually do much damage getting hit by that thing.
No. Likewise, him getting hit by our light balls.
I may wear Isildur's ring, but I am not yet a Nazgul. Shelob saw the future that has come to pass. She saw the great eye above Barad-dûr. And she also saw the need for a counterbalance.
Are you that counterbalance?
No. We are.
I was sent here to kill you.
You once told me that in the war against darkness, stalemate is victory. Do you still believe that?
I believe Mordor and the Nazgul must be contained. But how long can you fight this war before you fall and join them?
I don't know. So perhaps you should stay close. Come. Look. After the Witch King's fall, an attack commenced against multiple fortresses.
And by who?
That is what we need to find out.
As one power falls, another one rises.
That is the way of Mordor.
It's Zog. He's back, isn't he?
You thought I was dead. It's the Balrog.
Oh, man. No, he's A, dead, and B, an ice cube. You know, it occurs to me, I don't actually know who the big bad of the DLC is. It's been so long.
Have you forgotten?
I have. I really have.
It's Idril.
I don't think she'd be using orcs.
This fort would not withstand an attack of ghouls.
It's not the ghouls that concern me.
My lordship,
Attacks have commenced against the other forts. We must prepare.
this is unfortunate. If attacked now, we will fall.
What has happened?
Osran's departed a week ago to avenge his blood brother. Took his drakes with him. We have not heard from him since. Yesterday, Thrak was poisoned. He confronted Ahisu, who denied responsibility. Thrak, perhaps deranged by poison, stabbed Ahisu, who then bled to death.
It's a wonder you've been able to hold the fort as long as you have.
We won't hold it at all without reinforcements.
I may know a few orcs who could provide the defenses we need. They are unique.
Very well. I must attend to the fortress in Saragost.
Saragost,
Whereas you now wear the ring.
I will not dominate these orcs. But I will bring them back. One way or another. This should be interesting.
It's like, hey, you wearing my ring. Go get me some orcs. So we need to do story quests to recruit orcs rather than just find captains and brand them. And also,
With every hour you wait, he falls further into darkness.
You
Oh,
sent
he
me to
means
kill
Galadriel
Nazgul.
who talks to
I
her.
will
Yeah.
do what is needed when the time
yeah, Galadriel's in our
comes.
head telling us to kill Talion. So this is her skill tree. What is that, like 20 legacy skills we don't have to worry about?
You just get them.
Yeah. So Radiance is our heal skill. We can give it a one-hit shield, which is actually kind of nice. Or we can have it heal nearby allies and also infuse enemies with light. And just, the Elven Light is just... I don't know. Like, I know they wanted to make it central, but it's not so great. Instead of branding, we can insta-light infuse them, because, you know, that's worthwhile. Because I use the charged glaive so much, we have, like, the ability to point-blank light blast. We don't even start with Elven Rage, of all things. Oh, that's right. I forgot that's what Elven Rage does. Besides the light explosion, it turns you invisible for a while.
Right.
We can make our light be a sphere of protection, like Eltariel did during the cutscenes of the first, or during the main game, which is nice. Essentially, we can have Brace of Daggers, but with light. which is actually kind of hilarious, if not so useful. Or we could just make it stronger. Although Q was our Brace of Daggers ability, now it will become an Elf Shot. Mighty Shot, but with light, and then Light Trap. It just, look, everything is light in this DLC.
Okay, yeah. I'm getting that.
Yeah.
She's not even really using the new ring very much.
No, actually, come to think of it. I mean, we've got the chain stabs and some other things, but a lot of the powers are just Galadriel's light. So, we start with weapons, and I don't know what I did to meet the challenge for the Huntress Blade, but there we did. Critical attacks infuse targets with light. That's what all of her, like, default things will do here. Like, stealth attacks will infuse with light, headshots infuse with light, which is okay. Like, if we had more sources of dealing light so that the dudes became, like, one-tap KOs, that would be great, but it's eh. And also, you may have noticed the skill tree was somewhat limited and didn't include some of the staples I had as Talion. We will start getting some of Talion's other abilities on gear rather than through the skill tree. And hey, do you like light? Because we have gems of light.
What about summoning a Caragor?
Of light?
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't think we get summon Caragor. Although, man, now that I mention it, yes, I would love to summon a Caragor of light. That's right. There's 3 story captains we can go to, and then there's all of the fights here, which are against the legendaries for gear.
Okay.
And Eltariel's base gear is not great. And I'm gonna luck out and just go to the nearest one, and it's actually going to be the swords, and it's going to have one of the better abilities, in my opinion, on it. Also, fun thing. So, Eltariel won't dominate orcs. That makes getting intel on enemy captains a lot harder.
Oh yeah.
Because there's no longer, well, I mean, I guess suppose there are worms running around, but...
Just have to find it in their ass.
Yeah. Or on tails. Mostly tails.
I saw something over there.
Because Eltariel is not going to go brain drain people for intel.
No escape for you.
Why? Like, why doesn't she want to do that?
Oh, because remember, she thinks that, like, the whole domination and, like, mind control thing is horrendously evil. You know, you used to think that.
We came here to eradicate the filthy spiders, and what do we find? Now elves are infesting the place.
Is one elf really an infestation?
One elf, yeah. One elf and her ghost elf form.
So, yeah, like, first captain we run into, 4 immunities. It's fine.
Stop burning!
Yeah, also getting them fully lit up and then hitting them with what, you know, insta-kills grunts doesn't really do anything to the captains.
No.
Well, at least it's an easy way to get rid of all these defenders.
It does stun him.
Yeah. Hey guy, what happened to your retinue?
Get that light away from me!
You were much too close to him to start doing that.
It will eventually be more useful. One of the ways that happens is that light gems put into the Light of Galadriel amplify how much light anything you deal does to a target.
Oh,
And
good.
it's like 20% per gem level. So eventually it'll be double.
Get on my head! Yes! You're not getting me with that light!
Yeah, I will, Orc.
Yeah.
Just immune to, like, everything. I really don't have any other way of hurting him other than stunning him with full light.
Right.
Somewhat disappointing. I'd like to think that if they were fully light stunned, they'd lose their vulnerabilities, at least until the stun wore off. Would be nice.
Yeah.
Let me use my might for an execute.
That would have made that fight less repetitive.
But hey, swords. And do you see what that second ability is?
Yeah, right.
That used to be a skill on Talion. Now it's tied to our swords.
You do 250% against beasts.
Huh. In case, you ever melee Caragors, or Graugs. Or Drakes. You don't usually really melee beasts too much. Oh well. Sometimes. But hey, stronger swords, and now I have the ability to counter-kill grunts, which is immensely helpful. Oh, and I was watching the spear just have a day with physics.
Yeah. Still?
An orc
Yep.
who builds rather than destroys?
You'll find Mordor is full of such wonders.
The architect.
Get ready, boys! This'll drive the buggers out! Meet the Bone Shaker!
If you save enough of his workers, you will gain his favor.
So, this is the one thing the Blade of Galadriel is really good at. Just turbo murders ghouls instantly.
Fuck.
Just point and they're gone.
Wow.
Finally! Someone who appreciates what I'm doing here!
What is it that you're doing here?
Away with you! Only the greatest architectural achievement in Mordor, the first of its kind. An underground fortress, impervious to all forms of attack. Once we clear these dark ghouls out, are you with me?
Let's say I'm not against you.
I think you're stealing an idea from the dwarves.
Get ready for a fresh growth of ghouls, boys! Underground fortresses will be the next big thing. Once this one's done, all the overlords will want one.
Hey, have you been going through my Steam library and playing Overlord?
My work has spread far.
Dwarves can just use the underway to attack them, right?
I suppose so. I don't know how much of that.
Them all. Except for the
But this guy's definitely been playing Dungeon Keeper.
Oh no! My archers! They're on loan from Alcaro!
Oh, you can still do that. That is presumably using the new ring right there.
I would assume so.
He's a magnificent garrison. Glorious vaulted ceilings. Hundreds died in their construction.
Wow, he just doesn't shut up, does he?
He's very proud of his work.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got to make or architect, I don't know, what are some grand, like, outdoor garden stuffs in, like, London? Like, you would brag to your friends about it, too. Be like, Buckingham Palace's garden? That was me. I did that. I assume Buckingham Palace has a garden or something.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Scotland Yard?
With-
Yeah, that was more like Scotland shrubland before I got to it.
Scotland Yard does not have a garden.
What's a yard? I assume. I assume it has
That's,
something.
yard does not mean the same thing.
Then why do they call it a yard?
We don't call gardens yards in this country, so...
I know, they're different things, but they're both outside plant-filled objects.
No.
This is my masterpiece, She-Elf. My shrine to orc greatness, to Mordor itself.
It's a shrine to something.
You did great work here today, and with my archers gone, I'm going to need protection. I don't pay much, but you'll have no shortage of glory. Consider yourself hired.
I won't disappoint you.
Weren't we trying to hire him? I feel like we've done this backwards.
What he lacks in humility, he makes up for in strength.
What are these
Let
orcs
us
doing?
hope so.
Chiseling.
You make your blade on.
Maybe they're anchoring the statue to, you know, the roof of his underground fortress.
There were some before that were just doing it in the middle of the ground. Like, what were they doing?
Providing animations to make it look like the orcs are doing things. You know, it's like that scene in Austin Powers where it's like, not you employee with a oversized wrench walking back and forth, not you evil henchman arbitrarily turning knobs and dials. You know, they're just there to look busy. So I'm absolutely sure that all of these orcs that we're going to be hiring are completely and 100% canonical. And they have their own entries in the appendix. Appendices. Appendix? And look, he's like, hey, if we want to be like the other great races, we have to do more than destroy stuff, we have to build stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Very enlightened for an orc, or Olog. He apparently invented his hammer for construction, and then realized it works just as well as a hammer for killing everything else. I mean, to me, it just looks like the tool in my kitchen drawer for, like, the chicken tenderizer.
Yeah, it does look a bit like a tenderizer.
I guess it tenderizes ghouls. To death. Ah, yes. Hey, look.
Oh.
Intel. We don't have to, like, drain out of somebody's brain. Look at Talion's fort. Like, what is this? Like, a level 30 and, like, 3 level 15s. Like, this fort is in bad shape. Come on, guys.
Even so, stay on guard.
I think that's about it. Yeah. We're just gonna teleport back, make an autosave, stare at the castle. But this is the start of Eltariel's DLC. It's pretty fun. I really do like the writing and kind of the reluctant, constantly annoyed elf at the situation. It's a little bit silly. It's, I guess, less serious.
Yeah.
That there's this bizarre Olog architect that's just like, oh hey, an elf showed up and helped kill ghouls. Cool, I'll hire her. I was like, no, what? Whatever. But honestly, the captains that we have to recruit are what make this DLC for me. There's gonna be more than just here, because we're gonna have to go to other areas, obviously. I forgot how many, but they're great. And overall, I like the DLC, but we'll get into it next time. More orcs, more recruiting, more light. Thank you all for watching.
Bye.